Welcome back to The Scoop on Supplements. We've talked about what sleep should look like. Today, we discuss about what's getting in the way. Caffeine, alcohol, screens, stress hormones, medications. Most people know these things matter, but the details make all the difference. How late is too late for coffee? Does alcohol really help you sleep? Is your phone actually keeping you awake, or is that overstated? Tahya and Raffaele cut through the noise, and they tackle one of the most misunderstood supplements on the market, melatonin. Most people are taking it wrong. The wrong dose, wrong timing, wrong expectations. Today, they set the record straight.
Tahya, I want to start with something controversial. I think caffeine is the most underappreciated sleep disruptor in modern life. More than screens, more than stress. What do you think?
I think you're right, and the reason I agree is pharmacokinetics, which is how caffeine moves into, through, and out of your body. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 7 hours in the average adult. That means if you have a cup of coffee at 2 p.m., at 9 p.m. you still have half that caffeine in your system, actively blocking adenosine receptors, which are the receptors responsible for building sleep pressure. And it's not just quantity, it's genetics. There's a gene, CYP1A2, that governs how fast you metabolize caffeine. Some people clear it quickly and can have espresso at 5 p.m. and sleep fine. Others are slow metabolizers, and that same cup is still half active at midnight, and most people have no idea which they are.
So the person who says, caffeine doesn't affect my sleep, they might genuinely be a fast metabolizer, or they might be so sleep deprived that they're not even registering the quality difference. Both are real possibilities.
Let's run through the major disruptors systematically. Caffeine we've covered. The next one I want to tackle is alcohol, because the myth around this one is remarkably persistent. Alcohol helps people fall asleep. That part is true. It has sedating properties. It reduces sleep onset. But the sleep it produces is not normal sleep architecture. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep in the first half of the night as it metabolizes, which generates acetaldehyde. It causes arousal in the second half. You wake up, you sleep lightly, you fragment. You get quantity, not quality. And the glymphatic system we talked about in the last episode, it's not running optimally. The practical implication, a glass of wine with dinner is very different from a drink at 11 p.m. Timing matters as much as amount.
The screen issue is real, but I think it's slightly more nuanced than we're usually told. Blue light screen does suppress melatonin production, that's well established. But the research suggests that cognitive and emotional stimulation from what we're doing on the screen may matter as much as the light itself. Scrolling through anxiety-induced content versus reading something calm. Both have light, but different arousal effects. My practical recommendation for people, it's less about perfect blue light blocking and more about what your nervous system is doing in the hour before sleep. Wind down the stimulation, whatever form it takes.
And I want to mention medications briefly because that matters for our 45 to 60 audience particularly. A number of common medications can significantly disrupt sleep architecture. Beta blockers, for example, reduce melatonin production. Certain antidepressants suppress REM. Diuretics cause nocturia, which is waking up more than once during the night to urinate. And corticosteroids can cause insomnia. This isn't about stopping medications. Obviously, don't do that. But if you're on a medication and your sleep changed, that temporal relationship is worth discussing with your prescriber. There are often alternatives or timing adjustments that can help.
Okay, let's get into melatonin, because I think this might be the most widely misused supplement in the world. People are popping 5, 10 milligram gummies like candy, expecting to be knocked out, and then wondering why it stopped working.
The fundamental misunderstanding is what melatonin actually is. Melatonin is not a sedative. It's not a sleeping pill. It's a circadian signal, a chemical message from your brain to your body that says, it's dark, it's nighttime, prepare to sleep. Your pineal gland naturally produces melatonin in amounts around 0.1 to 0.3 milligrams. Most commercial supplements come in 5 to 10 milligram doses. That's 30 to 100 times your physiological level. At those doses, you're not supplementing melatonin. You're effectively flooding the system with a pharmacological dose that desensitizes receptors over time and can actually shift your circadian rhythm in unintended ways. The research is clear. Low doses, 0.3 to 0.5 milligrams, taken at the right time are as effective or more effective than high doses for circadian purposes. Taken at the right time are as effective or more effective than high doses for circadian purposes. More is not better, more is often worse.
And the timing piece is critical. Melatonin works by signaling your circadian clock. For most people, that means taking it 30 to 90 minutes before your targeted sleep time consistently. It's not take it when you can't sleep, that's treating it like a sedative, which it isn't. Where melatonin genuinely shines, jet lag, shift work, delays, sleep phase, situations where the circadian rhythm is out of alignment with your environment. In those cases, low-dose melatonin at the right time is genuinely powerful. But as a nightly, I need to fall asleep tool for chronic insomnia, there are better options, which we've already discussed.
And one more clinical note, melatonin production naturally declines with age. By some estimates, adults over 60 produce significantly less melatonin than younger adults. So for the older end of our audience, low-dose supplemental melatonin may be genuinely correcting a physiological decline, not just adding a supplement to a stack. Bottom line, if you're using melatonin, use 0.3 to 0.5 milligrams. Take it 30 to 90 minutes before bed. Be consistent about timing. That's the evidence-based protocol.
That's episode 4. The things stealing your sleep are often more fixable than you think, and the most popular sleep supplement on the market is being used in a way that undermines its effectiveness. Now you know. Next episode, what chronic stress is actually doing to your body over time. The inflammation connection, burnout, and the long-term consequences most people don't find out about until it's a problem. Plus a deeper look at ashwagandha and a form of magnesium that crosses the blood-brain barrier. Subscribe, share, and check out bosmore.com and 1hscripts.com.